Hello travelers! Welcome back to ImpactVerse. We're expecting some exciting new changes in the upcoming banners. Today, we're going to discuss all the changes you can expect, as well as the updated banner roadmap from version 5.1 to 5.4. So, if you're curious about the new characters you might want to pull in the future and want to save your Primogems ahead of time for your favorite character, then you've landed on the perfect video. Now, without wasting any time, let's dive into the banner lineup. Moving on to version 5.1, we're getting xilonen and Chiori in the first half, followed by Nahida and Hu Tao in the second half. This was briefly discussed in the livestream, so I won't go into further details. Also, just a few hours ago, we got the lineup for the 4 stars that will be appearing in the 5.1 banners. So, in the first phase, it's Kali, Candace, and Dori. In phase 2, it's Kyuki Shinobu. As for the free 4-star we're getting in 5.1, it is said to be Candace. As for version 5.2, it seems that we're getting 2 new characters, Chaska and RERUN. Chaska is an Anemo 5-star bow character who has a playstyle where she can change her elements into Cryo, Electro, Pyro, and Hydro. Now, if you're wondering how she can switch elements that easily, well, she doesn't actually switch elements. She gets the infusion by swirling the elements. So yeah, don't worry, she won't turn into the Traveler, as we know that Traveler is the only character who can switch elements. Aside from that, she can also fly even longer than Wanderer, so we can safely say she's going to power creep our Wanderer. The other character we're getting with Chaska is RERUN, a 4-star tall electro-male bow user. He's set to appear in the main story of version 5.1, as confirmed in the 5.1 preview trailer. Now let's discuss the potential reruns. In the first phase of version 5.2, we can expect Chaska along with RERUN as a 4-star, with Klee joining as the rerun candidate for the first phase. In the second phase, we're expected to see Venti as the Archon rerun, since the flagship event in version 5.2 is said to take place in Mondstadt Dragonspine. For a while, it was speculated that Wanderer might rerun here, since he's going to be the main highlight of the flagship event in version 5.2. But now recent sources suggest that Albedo might take the spot as the rerun candidate. So, if we gather all the info, we can expect Chaska and Klee in the first phase, followed by Albedo and Venti in the second. Now, let's talk about the new characters we can expect in patch 5.3. So in 5.3, we're expected to see 2 new 5-star characters, one being MAUVIKA, and the other being CITLALI. MAUVIKA's E-skill has 2 versions. When you press or tap her E-skill, she summons pyro minions that deal off-field pyro damage, just like FURINA's pet. But if you hold her elemental or E-skill instead of pressing it, she gets pyro infusion and deals pyro-based damage as a main DPS. So by pressing or tapping her skill, she can be a support, and by holding it, she can become a DPS. As for her burst, it's not confirmed yet, but we know for sure is that she's going to be the next strongest Archon with a broken kit. Now, let's talk about CITLALI. The only thing we know is that she'll be a Cryo Catalyst character who has shielding capabilities and can deal off-field damage like Ganyu and Layla. Now, let's discuss the potential reruns we can expect in patch 5.3. In phase 1, we're confirmed to get MAUVIKA. As for the rerun candidate, it said we'll see either ARLECCHINO or Neuvillette. Personally, I think ARLECCHINO might get her rerun here, since Neuvillette was confirmed to have his rerun in the later patches of natlan. As for the second phase, we can expect CITLALI with Wriothesley in 5.3. Now, moving on to the new characters in version 5.4. In the first phase of 5.4, we're expected to see Madame Ping, also known by her Adeptus name, Streetward Rambler, as a new playable character. As for her kit, at first it was said that she'd be a 5-star Hydropolar user, but some other sources suggest she might be an Anemo user with a playstyle based on plunging, like our little Xiao. Personally, I think it's still early, and this is highly subject to change, so be skeptical. As for the rerun candidate joining Madame Ping, it's said to be Shenyun. In the second phase of version 5.4, it said we'll see Shenhe as the rerun candidate, followed by Zhongli as the Archon rerun in this patch. Also, recent sources suggest that 5.4 will feature only 1 new 5-star, leaving the rest for reruns. So that's all the latest banner info we have right now. Let me know in the comments which character you're most excited for and want to pull in the upcoming versions. Also, if you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.